Yeah, man, I cleaned all that up by myself. Took care of it. Now I'm just waiting for these guys to get here. It's funny because I had no earthly idea that it was daylight savings time ended, I guess is what they call that. So, yeah, I woke up this morning fresh at 6 o'clock, which was actually 5 o'clock, and was kind of confused because I'm like, are they going to realize that it's daylight savings time? And the answer is no. They're supposed to be here at 8 o'clock. So I guess they'll be showing up now if they're going to be coming. I hope we got the dates right because that would really suck that I did all of that for nothing. Or if they try to say, no, we can't come today, it's like, well, I literally just did all of this. So, yeah, I'm not really trying to hear that. But anyway, so it didn't require a whole lot of effort or energy, to be honest with you. That stuff moved easily. The frames are outside, and the bed springs outside, all that. So, yeah, I did my part, man. Did my part. There goes my frame and my two frames, rather, leaning up against this window, and that's, of course, it's what they call the frame itself. These are the springs, frame, you get the point. So, yeah, that's where we're at, man. It looks like I'm moving, but no, we're just getting the carpet redone. Um, and I wanted to do my part in making sure that no one needed to help me to do this. I thought I would need help, but it's been a long time since I've had to move stuff around, and I'm a little stronger now. So yeah, it's pretty easy to do. But now we wait. This is the part I don't appreciate at all. At least I'm inside for now, but later when they work, I'm pretty certain I'll be outside. So that part's I'm not looking forward to either. Not that warm right now, but we'll see how it starts to shine. I don't think this is going to take that long. And if I thought I could help them by removing the carpet myself, I would. I snatch this thing up as we speak. That's not something that's my job, though. And I'm not a pro. And so I'll leave that to them, obviously. But my whole point is I want this done as fast as possible so I can put everything back and get back to my life as I like it to be. But I will tell you this, I do like space a lot more than I've given myself credit for. And it would make me a whole lot happier if I could just replace all of that right now. Since I've cleared this place out, to never bring any of this stuff back into the living room would be ideal. But MOAS has not occurred, so we're still very much being patient and not spending any money. That's basically what that means. So my humble lifestyle continues, and I'm okay with that because I come from humble beginnings, and I just don't need a lot the way I'm wired. I don't need much of anything really, just a little bit of small creature comforts and warm place to stay and good meal. That's it. I'm very low maintenance, so yeah. Hedge fund's worst nightmare, buddy. Don't matter how much money I make, I can hold my shares and live just like this. So that should scare you. Anyway, at this point, I'm just having a good day so far. I feel good. I'm well rested. Went to sleep at like 10 o'clock, so wasn't like I'm lacking in hours. Didn't get a workout in, but I can do that later. Yeah, just chilling, man. It feels good. Talking a little basketball now. Somebody's texting me, say send me your number, which is freaking hilarious. See, the problem with me is, since we're having a therapy session, I can honestly say this. On social media, I treat social media like a magazine. If you follow me on Instagram, you're going to see me following tons of people. Most of them are bots, because once you follow the wrong thing, then it like multiplies the people you're following by adding you to different bull crap. So you're going to see like a trillion different people I'm following, when actually I just follow randoms. I love following beautiful women, straight guy, and I treat these things like a magazine. So anytime I see a pretty woman, I just follow her, like, and keep it pushing. That does not mean that I'm looking to get in your inbox or bother you about anything, solicit anything, or get something from you, get all in your life, get in your business. I'm not wired like that. I'm an isolated creature. I hardly ever leave the house, so I'm not looking to really do certain things that other people are doing. So I think that gets misconstrued. People think I'm one of these thirst buckets that are looking to, do whatever with a woman, and I'm just not. I'm literally not. I'm minding my business. I got my own goals, and when it's time for me to get out there and do things differently, I'll do it that way. But right now, I'm not on that. So I end up getting hit up by these random bots and, solicitors, and people want to sell me foot pics, and people want to sell me all kinds of ridiculously explicit stuff and sex bots and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, yeah, it's time to start toning down who I follow and how I follow, because stuff like this ends up happening. So one of those just hit me while I was making this video rather. But at any rate, man, that's what it is. So as I grow as an entity, and you start seeing me following your favorite so and so, it ain't personal, fam. I ain't gonna reach out to her. I'm not. That's just how I move. I'm an artist and I'm an artistic person. So if I see beautiful things, I'm gonna follow it and I'm gonna like it, and I'm not gonna care what you think of it. This is how I'm wired. So yeah, there's that. I think I've embarrassed my sister a couple times because she's, very active socially, and I think a lot of her people follow me, and they see how I move, and I don't think she particularly likes that. She's brought it up to my attention, certain things that I've done online, but I just have to apologize and plead ignorance. I just don't know any better, and for her, I care. You know what I mean? To represent my family matters to me, so I'm not gonna sit up here and say I don't care, but I mean well, and like I said, I'm not reaching out to nobody. So if anybody ever heard Brandon reached out, they lied. I didn't. Trust and believe I didn't. So anyway, put that out there. This is a good therapy session though. I didn't have anything wrong this morning. No anxieties about what has to be done here, because all that I thought was going to be trouble is handled as I prayed for it to be, and as I thought it through. Luckily enough, I had enough time to plan this out and execute. So that's what it's allowed me to do. Get out of my head and get active. And I think looking back on the job that I had back in the day, this ain't back in the day, about 2 years ago, when I was working at the Shores. In fact, during the pandemic, there was this place called the Shores. You guys saw me do a bunch of videos in a little dungeon down there with like a blue shirt on. That during that era, having to move those boxes around and like arrange a lot of things that had to be moved, lifted, pushed around at a fast pace. Arranging those things made it so that this task didn't feel like anything at all. And that's the good thing about living. As you get older, you take some of those things that you've gone through, or things that you were tasked to do when you didn't want to do it, all kinds of bullcrap. And when you run into real life situations that are yours to handle, you handle them so much better because of the experiences you had doing this, that, and the third. And that's exactly what I looked at this as. This was such a light work. Everything that I've had to do to arrange this apartment in the way that it is was such light work in comparison to some of those mornings when I had to move them boxes around and deliver 70 and 80 packages in a day to various people's apartments during a pandemic, and in the hot sun sometimes with a mask on. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I say I don't work now, and the struggles for me to go back to work, is because I did go through a lot of that, and was trying to keep it together when I really didn't have it together. During eras like that, I just burnt myself out. So that's why I haven't been back to work. But when I think back on moments like that and or projects like that, I realize that they've made me just a better man, I guess you can say, a better resourceful entity. When it's time to move, hey, you got 2 days to clear out your apartment, no help. Oh no, what am I gonna do? Me? Nah, it's okay, let's do it. I know how to arrange this, I know how to put it there, I thought it out, know where everything needs to go. And that's also something I think art has kind of helped me with in its own way. When I arrange certain things on a paper, when I use certain different concepts artistically, it kind of arranged my way of operating mentally in such a way where it was easy for me to kind of plot out how best to do this. When I know how I used to think, you know what I mean? That's what I'm comparing it to. My old way, I wouldn't have been able to pull all this off without calling somebody to help me, or I'd have been putting it off to the last minute, or I wouldn't have been able to best utilize this space, all these different things. So yeah, man, if anything, I can just be appreciative of being alive this long. to kind of take all that stuff that comes with it, all them experiences, and ultimately let me handle what I'm handling on this day. So, for whatever it's worth, I think that's what experiences do. They give you that confidence and the know-how. So, yeah, man, don't rob yourself of those like I have in a lot of instances, probably. Given the fact that I've been in isolation so much in my life, kind of kept myself from certain experiences, but at the same time, it feels good to have the ones to do. So it is what it is. So that's what I got to say, man. I'm babbling, I'm wasting time, killing time, hoping they hurry up and get this process started so we can get it over with. But yeah, that's what I got to say, man. BDF 44, my empty apartment looks pretty, but gonna have a brand new carpet in here very, very soon, man. Very soon. So that's what's up. BDF 44. Thank y'all for watching.